Listen, bases loaded, bottom of the ninth. I want to make this video called Let's Run It. Um, when I was in high school, I met three guys. One was fast like a cheetah, but the other two, one played football. He was really 220 in high school in the 12th grade. I just met these guys my senior year. It was my last year, but I had a task. I needed a relay team. And the thing about it is, out of the relay team, as a leader of the relay team, I noticed that when we compete against everybody in the state, I said, Houston, we have a main problem. First of all, I want to shout out to Louisiana. This video is going to go on all of my platforms. So if you see this on multiple platforms, trust and believe, I'm putting this video because this is a wake-up call to let's run it. And I'm gonna say this again. This is a wake-up call to let's run it. So as a leader, I'm looking at everybody's in practice and I'm saying, yo, the third leg, if the third, I looked at the guy that was the fastest out of the three. I said, okay, that make him the third leg. I was able to put together a team that not only we broke records, but at the end of the day, we represented. We didn't win states, but we made noise. And when I mean we made noise, bro, we made noise. Now, what happened is, you're going to think, how could you make noise with only two fast people on a relay? Easy. I said, listen, the first leg, he was from Monroe, Louisiana. So listen, when I start showing love to Louisiana, people think it starts from YouTube. Screw YouTube. My relay member on the first leg, he was from Monroe, Louisiana. And I was 17. So the first encounter I ever had with somebody from Louisiana, he was down for the cause. He didn't even run track. He's from Monroe, Louisiana. He had a hard life. He grew up in a boys' home. He told me a story. He said, man, one day I got in a fight. This dude hit me so hard. I started seeing stars. I said, damn. So that was my first leg. At the end of the day, he was just happy to be outside of the boys' home. And I was happy for him. Because at the end of the day, I don't think I've ever been punched so hard that I seen stars. Shout out to Monroe, Louisiana. This is a real story. And then my second leg, listen, Houston, we got a problem. Shout out to Houston. This guy's just stocky. He's 230 pounds in high school, and he's a football player. This man does not have track and field speed. He only has running back football speed. So me being a leader, I said, listen, I got to learn how to get out of jams. I learned from young. I had to figure it out from young. At the end of the day, this was my senior year. I wanted to go out with a bang. When I mean a bang, I wanted to be a legend. You guys have to understand. So I said, okay, bet. The only thing we have left is our third leg. This man, I'm telling you, this dude, shout out to my guy. He was a light-skinned cheetah. And I'm going to say this again, no divide, but I'm telling you, what I saw when I turned around, this man was approaching me at full speed. This man was moving like a jaguar. You guys have to understand. I knew if he got the baton at some point and he's able to hold his own, I knew I could shut the race down. Shout out to my third leg. And I always used to tell my team, every track meet, let's run it. That was a great feeling to be in high school. You're running around the lockers. Everybody's doing different things, but we trying to run the state. We not trying to run the county. We not trying to run Wicomico. We not trying to run a region. We trying to run the state. Listen, track and field, I promise you, if you ran track, it's 9 out of 10, it's easy to focus in life. Even though I would not allow my son to play sports, at the end of the day, the only sport that I probably would consider my kids to run is track and field because you can do the individual sport, but the best race in track and field is the relay. People do not understand that the man that's the last leg of the relay race, he knows the weaknesses of his own teammates. My man from Monroe, Louisiana, I give it to him a couple days, and I'm gonna say this again, I give it to him a couple good days. He got out the blocks. Once again, this is a real video because we got to run it. It's time to go back to really running on a bigger level because people don't realize In order to have a track team that's respected, everybody got to move. You're probably thinking, okay, so how did you get the guy from Monroe to Louisiana to start making noise? Easy, easy. It was all mental. What I did was I used to get him hype. Like, one thing about me, people, you don't have to like me. I understand. Life is beautiful. You don't have to like somebody. I'm a firm believer of you don't have to like somebody. Somebody, they don't have to like me. But one thing you cannot say, and this is not in any way of speaking in pride, but one thing you cannot say is you cannot say, I don't get people pumped. You cannot just say, I don't get people like, yeah. You cannot tell me I don't make people lit. So at the end of the day, my guy from Monroe, Louisiana, he was the first leg. I used to just tell him, man, let's run it. Like, all I cared about was the communication between the first leg, and that was it. Now, you're probably thinking, why did you only care about the first leg? Because his mindset had to be on point. He's the first guy to go. And I'm going to say this again. I don't care if you're from Monroe, Louisiana. I don't care where you're from. You need to get out. So all I cared about, and this is a beautiful story, we had a relationship. Like, at the end of the day, that's the only guy I cared about on the whole track and field team. He was from Monroe, Louisiana, and I keep shouting him out because people really don't understand the love that I have for Louisiana as a whole. So at the end of the day, the way I won the majority of races, like, we only lost one race. And the way I was able to pull that off is the guy from Monroe, Louisiana, I had to let him know, you're the best. I had no choice but to empower him. Some people might say, oh, well, that doesn't sound truthful. I don't care if it's truthful or not. We about to go to war with our feet. Track and field is a war with your feet and it's a war with your mind. At the end of the day, I have to empower my guy from Monroe, Louisiana. If my guy from Monroe, Louisiana is thinking about the days in the group home when he got punched and saw stars, we're going to lose the race. So at the end of the day, this man's been through a lot. So I have to empower a man that has been through a lot. And if he gets pumped up, you cannot touch us. At the end of the day, I walked around, and I'm going to finish this video. I walked around feeling untouchable because I had a special chemistry mentally with my first leg. And at the end of the day, I was able to get this guy pumped. I could make this guy jump out like a cheetah. I could literally get him, like, it's not even mind control, but I could literally get this dude fired up. This dude, listen, every race, this man came through straight gunning. It took him a while, but I would say the last 7 races where it mattered, the dude from Louisiana became just like me. He just, boom, he just started darting. He was fast. So now it's to the point, races are not even fair. You guys have to understand, a real leader is going to empower his people. And I'm here to tell you, forget what they talking about. I'm here to tell you guys, let's run it. Let it breathe.